Simon Schama, and welcome to the Fitzwilliam Museum.
Rape. It's not an everyday occurrence, but in Suzanne's abduction, it's just that. Something routine, proper, accepted within the cultural norms of postmodern society. To us, of course, is repulsive, abhorrent, fleshly, but here, it's somehow beautiful. And here she is, practically bellowing us of her sexuality, asking the eternal question, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? We can only reply in a sort of call and response session of animal tribalism. May we? And John the Constable, Christ blessing the children.
Simon, I'm sorry, we can't see anything. It's too dark, too dark.
Should we use this shit? Abstract expressionism has always been abstract and often expressionist, but never more than this riot, this veritable feast of colour, panoplying over each other in a grand interchange of life. It's here in the fetid brushstroke slathered over an uneasy canvas that we find all that life presents, beauty, death, womb, tomb, and everything in between. Twists and coils, but what remains? Nothing to our unadulterated and yet adult eyes. He turned it into a palace, he said, but he didn't. He turned it into a marketplace. Swings, roundabouts, paint, hate, frame, shame, the eternal dichotomies of the art world. Andrew Sullivan described your work as undergraduate naughtiness but most amusing. How would you describe it?
I think our work is very important.
What would you say to young fans who aspire to your kind of style?
Don't bother, kids.
Tell us about the pleasures and challenges of making mockumentaries.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. And it's always a challenge. You're working long hours with demanding people. And you've got to get every shot right. Because if the shot isn't right, in some ways, if the shot isn't right, you're not right. And that can't be allowed in a pretty rigorous business like this one.
You've played Simon Schama now twice. When would you say that you really felt that you'd made it?
Well, Simon's always a very interesting character to play, of course. He's multifaceted. He has many sides, many faces to him. Multiple faces, actually. And the more one plays him, one finds oneself sort of entranced and captivated by his magnetism with words, the way that he glues compounds together. It's thrilling. So it's always a pleasure to play Simon. When did I first realize I've made it? Well, I always knew I had a talent for this sort of thing, since childhood, really. I suppose it's one of those things which God gives you.
But when did I first realise I sort of made it? Well, I suppose that would be the occasion. I was in Sainsbury's, actually, walking down the baked beans aisle, funnily enough. Don't go to Sainsbury's anymore, 17,000 fans. But I was walking down, I was shopping for Frankfurters, actually, and I skipped over the Sainsbury's basics. It's Taste the Difference for me now. And a little boy came up to me, open hair, beautiful brown eyes. He said to me, Robert. And I said, oh, how do you know my name? You're the one who does the Simon Schama impersonation on the internet. You have 17,000 fans. And I said, yes, and every one of them a pleasure, every one of them a treat. Gave a little wink and a nod and nudge, and progressed on to purchase my goods with the rakes of dollars that I now own. And that was that, really.